thing right. Oh, I hate this thing.
Alright.
I think I'm okay. As long as this thing doesn't fall on the freaking floor. I think I'm good.
I think we're good on both levels.
I feel like I need this up my face more. Right.
I think that's the most time consuming other than, finding topics for the show. Getting the mics just right.
Is it moving? I don't think it's moving. I think we're good.
Okay. Well, anyways, that was like probably the longest intro ever for us. But welcome back to the show, people that watch.
My whole little mic arm is not really agreeing with me right now. It's not really my best of friends right now.
Well, tell your mic to use its strong hand.
This is a strong hand. This is a strong arm.
Not of the law. But again, that's KO.
I'm KO.
I'm Ken.
And welcome to the KO Ken Show.
Yep.
Plus friends. But it's just us today. But
speaking of the strong arm of the law,
I already know where this is going.
Hit that.
Oh, you want me to hit it? You really want me to hit it? Yo, y'all know who that is. Oh yeah, you know who that is. That's that boy, Jussie Smollett.
But yeah, for real, hit it.
Oh, okay. Now you're talking about this right here. Hold on, first let me go and pause that real fast.
Pause the background.
I'm gonna full screen this right here really fast.
Everybody remember this.
Then I'm hit this play button. You heard. Should I turn this up a little bit?
Turn it up a little bit.
I'm gonna turn it up this little bit, this tad. All right, y'all ready? You ready? You ready?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying.
Oh, shit.
Always lying to me. You lying so much. You making it hard for me. Yeah. Every time you tell me something, I figure that you're lying. It's almost like you faking. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you're lying, but you sound excited, and you know that I know that you're lying. Oh girl. Cue the rain. I got you. The rain, yeah. Turn on.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. But yeah. Anyway, back to the task at hand. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Also, what else did he call himself?
Oh yeah, you mean the gay Tupac?
Yeah, this. Yeah, this. I think. Yeah.
Tupac, if you still alive, please clarify this situation.
All eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but yeah, I'm almost done with this page. What is one more thing? Oh yeah, he had this. Turn it down a little bit again. But yeah, you got that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sauce is in the bag.
No sauce in the bag. This is exactly why I won't let you run Empire with
your lying ass.
Hence the Lion King. When you left a fake review on TripAdvisor, and you left a fake review on TripAdvisor, and now the GM is reaching out to you for details, but you ain't got none because he was lying. That's tragic. You lying, say you made that beat, then the production credits come out. Okay, but I'm done with all that. Close this out. You know what I'm saying? We're getting back to the main topic at the hand.
But before we play this video, we should
I forgot. Oh shoot. Hold on. I gotta go back to this screen. Hold on, give me a second. All right, okay. All right, yeah. Now mine's is pretty full, so I gotta be careful not to
as the
okay.
You know, they say in movies, the Japanese say "kanpai."
I guess so, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. That wasn't bad.
Smooth.
I was really smooth. Trust me, I took some hard shots before.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty smooth.
Remember the shit we used to drink back in high school?
Oh, you talking about you ever had Taka?
Taka vodka.
I remember we
Do
had a
not
bottle
drink
of vodka. And they had a bird on it, and a bird had like a music note coming out of his mouth and shit. I forgot what it's called.
Talking about Wild Turkey?
No, it wasn't Wild Turkey. It was something else.
Oh, okay.
And bro, it was some vodka. We only got it that one time. We got it one time.
That's how you know it was bad.
Cause it was at my old house. I think that was the night. I think Funny drunk like half the bottle.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I was there that night, and he was about to beat his ass.
I got pissed off at him.
Bruh, now, I mean, I feel like the entire country wants to beat Jussie Smollett's ass. And basically same situation with you and Funny, bruh.
Cause he was
lying.
Bro, he lied to my face.
Like, we all saw him. We all saw him.
He was the drunkest person in the house. He was the drunkest person in the house. I wasn't even drunk yet. That's why I was mad, because I'm like, bro, I barely drunk any of this.
Right.
And he was drunk as crap. I'm over here I'm almost sober face. And I'm like, bro, I barely drunk anything. I was like, are you drunk? I was asking everybody if they was drunk.
Bruh, this man actually gave Funny a freaking sobriety test in his house.
Sobriety test. This man failed every time he tried. This man cannot make it past the first part. I had a tape measure like just drawn out like across the floor, and I'm like, bro, just walk a straight line across this tape measure. That's it. I'm like, bro, just walk a straight line across the tape measure. He cannot make it no more than like a couple steps.
He couldn't do it.
And then he was stumbling over. He was like, yeah. Then he'd be like, all right, hold on, man, hold on. I got it. You do it again. Stumble. Hold on, man, hold on. I'm gonna do it again. I'm like, nah, bro. It's I seen everything I need to see. I mean, that's old news. It's old.
But speaking of liars, play the video.
Oh yeah.
Jussie Smollett in custody and under arrest just minutes ago. Police released his mugshot. Here it is. In just a short time from now, he'll be in front of a judge for a bond hearing. Investigators say he's no victim and that his story is now unraveling.
From alleged victim to suspected criminal, today Jussie Smollett faces a felony charge of disorderly conduct after detectives in Chicago say he filed a false police report. The bombshell turn of events comes 3 weeks after Smollett told investigators he was the victim of a race-based homophobic.
Can we pause it right there real quick? Go back to his face real quick. Go back to his face. No, like back in the video, yeah.
Oh,
right there.
Oh, the lion face.
Yeah, that is the true lion face right there. Like,
I think I got auto tune on. If I don't, my singing sucks. Anyway, why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God!
Stop fucking lying. I mean, you got attacked by two people. Unless you are a trained fighter, like a professional fighter, or you got some karate skills we just don't know about, or some shit of the sort, you is not just gonna have that shit on your face. Somebody was gonna whoop your ass if it's two people.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Unless, like, you dude off a World Star, not you and your homeboy out, both of y'all some bitches, you can't fuck with me.
Real
like,
shit.
I mean, and Brody had to be a professional fighter, because, I mean, he knocked them niggas out quick. Like, Buka, like, two-piece.
He was this big.
Maybe.
I mean, he wasn't big, but he was.
I mean, the dudes he fought wasn't little either. That's what I'm saying. And, like,
but that dude really wasn't little.
and the main thing that I'm saying about that one video, I know I'm getting off topic here, but that one video, dude's stance, the way he dang on delivered his punches, all that signifies that he had at least been in several street fights, or he was a trained combatant. Okay,
he was a street fighter.
Like, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's, you know, it's one of the two.
That man was really with the shits. But yeah.
This shit, bruh, if you really got your ass whooped by two people, you gonna have a missing tooth, a busted lip, hell, a broken nose, or a black eye, something. Come on, man. Like that was number one, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I gave him the benefit
That's
of the
all he
doubt.
got.
I was like, hey, you know what? Again, like I said, homie could have that training. Like, you know, nobody know about it. But I don't think that's the case. Cause this nigga lying. Why the fuck you lying? I don't know.
Why was he lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Face of a liar.
Crime.
They called me a.
No, they didn't.
Me.
No, they didn't.
There's no which way you cut it.
Why you
The
lying?
two men who police say staged the attack testified for 2.5 hours before a grand jury Wednesday. Ola and Abel Osundairo, who were first identified in this surveillance photo, knew Smollett from his hit show Empire, but after their arrest, began cooperating with police. They do not face charges.
There was a point where this story
They said, "We not
needed to
gonna
be
lie."
told, and they manned up and they said, you know what, we're going to correct this.
We're gonna tell the truth.
Security
They
video
manned
from a
up.
beauty
They
shop
told the truth.
captured the brothers buying ski masks and a red hat the day before the incident at Smollett's request, they say. Props used in the staged attack, say investigators. Issuing roughly a dozen search warrants, Chicago police scoured financial and phone records, looking to link Smollett to the brothers before he reported the attack. Smollett last spoke to police a week ago after giving this dramatic account to ABC News.
Who says Empire? This MAGA country.
This
You
morning,
do.
the actor's legal team vowed
you
to
fake
mount
a
an
hate
aggressive
crime.
defense, writing, Mr. Smollett enjoys the presumption of innocence, particularly when there has been an investigation where information, both true and false, has been repeatedly leaked. But he could also face federal charges if the FBI determines he lied about this alleged death threat Smollett claims he received in the mail.
I think he should unload that conscience and just come out and tell the American people what actually happened.
Today, Smollett faces
Okay.
not only questions,
Can we go back to
but
something
now
real quick? Go back to
serious
that letter. Go back to that letter. Right there. First of all, if somebody really don't like you, they ain't gonna take the time to spell your name right. I'm just throwing that out there. They gonna fuck up spelling on your name.
I mean, bro, because I always hear Jesse. I ought to have had an E right here, at least.
It's Juicy. Jussie Smollett.
That man will spit some big old juicy lies, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, where we at? Somewhere around.
but now serious criminal charges as investigators flip the script the actor told.
Truth, lie.
Here's another look at that mugshot of Jussie
Lies.
Smollett that was
Lies.
just released moments ago. If convicted of filing a false police report, he could face jail time.
And that clip of the news was, you know, from a couple days ago. But still, how the
Why
fuck?
the fuck you
Lying.
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying, bro. That's all the fuck you gotta do. That's it.
And his response would have been like, I can't, because that's the name of the character I play on the show. You mean the name of a character you once played on the show? Nigga, you gone.
That's it. They're removing his ass from the show. Sorry, Jesse. Sorry.
Sorry, not
But you
sorry.
shouldn't have been lying. Oh well. Well.
And one last thing I'm going to add to this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, two things, really. You're getting paid, apparently, he started off getting paid 20 grand, 20, 30 grand, somewhere in that ballpark.
Was that per episode?
Yes, per episode.
Oh, that's good then. Shit.
He wound up making, I've heard several places report in between these two numbers, so I'm going to just, say it falls somewhere in between the two. 60 to 100,000 per episode. Okay? I don't know the
that's for
actual
one episode.
exact amount, but
Majority of
in
people
that
don't make
ballpark,
in a year.
in that ballpark per episode, each season has it, what, like a dozen episodes? So
I can do a quick Google search.
So yeah, like do the math on that. 60,000 per episode times that by 12. 6 times 12. That's a lot of fucking money.
Let me see. Empire season. Oh, why is it only going back to season 2? Anyway, I'm gonna find this right here. Doesn't have how many. That's soundtrack. It's not what I want. Okay, so season 1, 12 episodes. Season 2, 18. Season 3, 18. Season 4, 18. Season 5. Oh, he's not getting no money off this shit. But yeah. So even back then in the season 1, this man was making like 20 grand per episode.
Yep. And all because he wanted more money and fame.
No, but like this,
does this shit.
Put all these numbers into like a calculator, or better yet, I'll just do it for you. So let me see. I'm gonna just go off him. Okay, now say for instance, he just made 20,000 per episode, like. And that's all he like. That's the highest he ever got paid. He would still have made a lot of money because that would still have totaled. Well, no matter of fact, I'm gonna do this right here. Do 18 times 3. Boom. Okay, 54 plus a little 12, right? Equals 66. Now we're gonna times that by what? 20,000, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, so that would have been 1.32 million, right? That's just him making a base minimum amount of money per episode of $20,000. So if he was making upwards, you said what, 60 to what?
60 to 100,000 is where I've heard it reported. Like it fell. I've heard people say 100 grand he was making per episode. I've heard people say 60. So I'm gonna say it falls somewhere in between the two.
Way more money than this,
right? Like you.
That shit right there. He made way more than that shit. And he's complaining. This man literally staged all of this crap because he wanted to get paid more money. He wanted to make himself a bigger celebrity.
Like the OJs say, for the love of money.
That money don't love him though. Tell you that much.
Nope. Neither does his fans anymore either.
Yep. Huh.
Unless they just diehard stupid people.
So basically, he's out of a job pretty much for. Well, his acting career is pretty much done.
His celebrity in general is done.
This man literally paid people to jump him. Basically got beat up by the people that he paid to jump him. So he paid them money to jump him just for him to end up losing his whole entire career. Possibly facing jail time. Then he had to pay a lawyer on top of that, so he's still kicking out extra money.
This isn't just basic jail time; it's a felony.
Yeah, federal. This man could be facing federal offenses, which are felonies. Follow you for life. People are going to remember this because this was publicized nationally on some of the biggest news outlets and everything.
Oh, this ain't going away.
This is not going to be forgotten.
10 years from now, people will still bring it up.
No, because it's like whenever people. Like, if he tries to approach anybody for another acting gig, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you were that guy who was fucking lying." Yep. Like, that's it.
And I know I said I was gonna make
to jump him. Lied about he basically lied and said that he said white guys jumped him, right?
Yep.
Talking about this is MAGA country and all that other stuff, calling him the N-word.
And that's because you told them to say that, like. I'm all for defending anyone who is wrongly, done in by society or whatever you want to say.
I believe in just desserts,
Right. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was somebody who was, exercising their free speech amendment, right? And they were saying stuff that I disagreed with, I would still try and defend that person for having the right to say this stuff, right? Yeah. And if somebody attacked them in a hateful manner and it was a hate crime, I would feel bad, even though it was something like said about, my culture or whatever. Mm-hmm. I would still feel bad because they have the right to say what they want without being attacked for it. So you make yourself look bad, that's one thing. But when you make the community that you are a part of look bad, it's even worse. Like, you know, back to the whole governor in Virginia thing. Made your community look bad as well as yourself. That's pretty bad. But this situation is like totally different level. You not only made black people look bad, you not only made gay people look bad, you not only made Trump supporters look bad. I hate to say it, you know, but it's the truth.
Donald Trump ate that shit up too,
right? And everybody else on his side ate it up. But were they
Everybody's
wrong?
eating his lunch right now.
Were they wrong too? No, because I mean, it's the truth. Like you made everybody that was in the situation involved, like, you know, just generally involved in the situation look bad. You know, so it just makes me really mad to know that there are people who know better and are celebrities that do this type of shit. Like,
what? Okay, the thing I'm surprised about is he didn't think this through. Well, how to put it? He didn't think about the consequences of this whole thing. Like, he didn't think about the outcome. Like,
nope.
When you come up with a plan, you should have in your head what you should do. Well, first off, if you think of something, there could be two possible outcomes: a good one or a bad one. He only thought about the good. The greed in his mind took over.
Yep.
He wanted money. He wanted to be
Mr. Krabs.
Instead of being a B-list celebrity, he wanted to be an A-list celebrity. And he wanted to overstep his boundaries, but instead of him doing it in a proper way of using Empire as a platform to, you know, for him to do bigger and better things as far as acting goes, he wanted to go and basically stir up this whole big publicity stunt and just assume that everything was going to go the way that he wanted it to go. But no, it didn't.
Life don't work like that, bruh.
And he should have thought beforehand, oh, what if this doesn't work? What if I'm caught? What if people find out that I'm lying?
I like to refer
what would happen to me. But he didn't think about all that.
You know, simple physics. For every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. So,
Newton's law.
Like, I'm just puzzled at why you would fake this, because you know the backlash is not going to be good at all. Like, and people are not just going to be like, "Oh, it's okay," pat you on the back and let you go. No, people are going to dig into you tooth and nail, like you are some little warthog and they're a Tyrannosaurus fucking Rex. So, you know, crazy shit.
I don't know. I'm done talking.
Yeah, I'm just so
about this guy.
I'm exasperatedly exhausted.
Well, on some different news, I mean, it's not better. Can't really call it better because it's not better. It's actually really bad. But
yeah,
anyway,
you talking about Vlad and his toxicity.
Literal toxicity, because there's a green snow in Russia. Yes, green snow.
Pull up images of green snow. Show people the Russian reality.
First, I got the video. Green snow in Russia. Yes, this is real.
Это решение сугроб. Это ядовитый снег. Как твои штаны?
I agree, comrade. This is fucked up.
Green snow in Russia.
Green
and this
snow.
is not even the bad green snow yet. There's worse green snow. They just got a little bit. Yes, imagine like your child is outside playing this. Because this right here, the snow is green from pollution. And if I see something, if something is making water ice turn green, nah. It's coming up the sky like that? No.
Show them picture of what it looks like. Up close. This is what it looks like.
It looks like this.
No, this looks like radioactive material.
Said residents in, I don't know what that's called, whatever this is, residents in this place were horrified when chemicals spilling from a chrome factory turned white snow to an acid green color. Why is Russia let so many chemicals spill? First off, do they not have like a proper system to contain all the waste?
No.
It's freaking sad, bro. It's not like this is like a third world country or some crap.
This shit looks like it's some kind of designer drug that is about to be put on market.
The bizarre phenomenon has caused dozens of demonstrations across Siberia against polluters, which has seen President Vladimir Putin's support wane. What the freak is this playing
that was
in the
random.
background? Oh, this video. Okay, anyway. Pause that. But anyway, on to the next person. Next picture. Besides green snow, they also have black snow or gray snow, whatever snow you want to call it. But
it's pollution.
So earlier this week, pristine white snow caps turned an eerie black when pollution from coal plants turned the streets dark and grimy. That's also bad. You should not have gray or black snow. That's the green snow. Anyway, yeah, back to this right here. Pollution from coal plants and industrial Kemerovo, or I guess that's why, I don't know.
Kemerovo.
Yeah. Pollution from coal plants in industrial Kemerovo region is blamed for black snow. Eat that snow, Playboy. See what happened to you.
I bet it tastes like blackberries.
Nah, it gonna taste like ass. But anyway, smoke and fog rise from a factory in Siberia, Russia. You know, all that pollution that's going straight up into the air. You know, nothing but carbon dioxide and stuff like that. You know, taking all our precious oxygen away from us. You know, but hey, you know, people not gonna say too much about it. Well, Russia's not gonna say shit. And in 2016, a lake in Stavropol, southwest Russia, turned bright pink. I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't know.
Stavropol.
Yeah. But yes, you got a lake that turned bright pink. Bright pink. Like Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol pink.
This shit is not going to help your stomach. This shit is not for nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. This is not Pepto-Bismol. This shit, I don't know, bro. That shit is...
I have one question. Do it taste like bubble gum?
Taste it and find out. Pretty sure it tastes like death, but you want to find out? Be my guest. I'm pretty sure everything around this shit died. I'm almost positive everything around this died.
I mean, and okay, hang on. Here's my question. What is the other source of water on the other side? Like, is this for drinking in a community?
I hope not.
I mean, for real. Because if it rains and that water comes up and goes over, it's spreading.
Oh, I'm pretty sure this water just didn't end here. I'm pretty sure this pink water just didn't stop here. Pretty sure it got elsewhere also.
Pink water.
But anyway, I don't know. Russia's just
drink pink water and get breast cancer. Too soon?
Yeah, I think it's a tad. just a little bit. Anyway, off the pollution.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, people get booby cancer, and they would get it if they definitely drunk that shit.
If this video was monetized, I could see like a big old yellow demonetized symbol just popping up.
I'm not advertiser friendly, but my mom thinks I am.
Philly D. But yeah. Anyway, so you know we got Vladimir Putin. You know what I'm saying, threatening the U.S. You know, promises both missiles and butter. I don't know how that has a correlation. But,
somebody was hungry when they said that statement. You know, they were thinking about, yes, we blow you up with missiles. What's for lunch? Butter and what? Popcorn?
I don't know. I'm about to have to pay 21 Savage a visit. You know what I'm saying? I need some tea and crumpets. But anyway, you know, we got Vladimir Putin. Here's his little speech.
Россия будет вынуждена создать и развернуть виды вооружений, которые могут быть использованы не только в отношении тех территорий, с которых для нас будет исходить соответствующая прямая угроза, но и в отношении тех территорий, где находятся центры принятия решений по применению угрожающих нам ракетных комплексов.
But yeah, safe to say, and I don't want you to play, so I don't want that next video to play, so I'm just gonna do that. But anyway, President Vladimir V. Putin of Russia, facing a economically beleaguered, less supportive public, used his annual State of the Nation, which is his State of the Union. But anyway, used his annual State of the Nation speech on Wednesday to promise a raft of social spending, while also doubling down on threats against the United States.
Mr. Putin said Washington was fueling a new arms race by withdrawing from a landmark nuclear weapons treaty and possibly developing new missiles in Europe. Well, deploying new missiles in Europe, excuse me. Without mentioning any country in particular. Okay, so basically he's doing that I'm big tough man, I warn you, but not specifically who. No. Just whole room listen to what the fuck I have to say.
He did say, without mentioning any country in particular, he warned that if if American missiles were deployed on the continent within Europe, a few minutes flight of his country, Russia would aim its weapons at those missiles and at targets in the United States.
Yeah, so basically what I said, like, he's playing big man in the room, saying anybody in the room who want to fuck with him can come get it. You ain't a superhero, bro. So, I'm not saying you weak, but I ain't saying you is invincible either. So, even Superman had kryptonite. Just saying. Like, if it came down to it, my personal view, America would whoop that ass. But if it came down to it, we also run the risk of nuclear weapons being in the mix. So let's not do that. Let's play smart and let's play nice, kids.
I stay in the South.
Like, that's the only thing you can ask for.
I'd be really concerned if I was in California.
Like, oh yeah, hell yeah.
I'd be really concerned.
But the only thing you can ask for as a world leader is everybody play nice. Don't do dumb shit. Don't be stupid. Another Philly D quote. Yeah. Get along. Rodney King. Can't we all just get along? Apparently not. But, it's fucked up, the world we live in.
Let me see. I'm going to read a little bit more off of this right here. Try to get to the juicy bits, you know what I'm saying?
Juicy bits.
Okay, it said Russia will be forced to create and deploy new types of weapons that could be used not only against the territories where a direct threat to not only against the territories where a direct threat to us come from, but also against the territories where decision-making centers directing the use of missile systems threatening us are located, he said. The capability of such weapons, including the time to reach those centers, will be equivalent to the threats against Russia. Okay, it said Russian missiles, including nuclear weapons, targeting the U.S. Targeting the United States is not new, nor is saber rattling by Mr. Putin, who devoted much of his speech last year to what he claimed were highly advanced new weapons. But on Wednesday, amid a steady deterioration in relations with Washington, he made some of his most explicit threats ever. They followed the announcement this month that President Trump was withdrawing the United States from the landmark 1987 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty after years of accusations rejected by Moscow that Russia had violated the pact. But
I believe it. Russia is up to some shady shit. They always deny.
Cold War number 2.
But, shady shit.
Cold War number 2.
Look, Cold Wars have always been a thing. Like, you know, in ancient times, it wasn't really called a Cold War. You know, it's just my enemy has better weapons, and I want to have some similar shit. So I don't know what you would call that in ancient times.
I mean,
biding your time until you can acquire the same weaponry and challenge your foes.
On a nuclear front, the U.S. and Russia are pretty much almost neck and neck.
Yeah.
Russia has a slight advantage because Russia has slightly more nuclear warheads than what we have. They got us beat by like a couple hundred.
Yeah, but that's the only way they could win the actual conflict against us is to use nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
If you talking about boots on the ground, aircraft in the air, ships on the water, we're going to stomp a mud hole in their ass every time. Russia would have to team up with several other nations just to compete with us in one of those
that wouldn't happen.
aspects, you know, land, ground, or air.
That wouldn't happen. That
of course not. They're too proud for that.
That start a whole new world war. That wouldn't happen.
Of course, that and Russians are too proud for that. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, not trying to offend Russian people. I fucks with Russia. I'm just saying, y'all politics and our politics have something in common. They're both fucked up.
Y'all need to tell y'all president to chill. That's it.
I mean, our Russian counterparts doing the same thing we're doing right now. Probably saying the same thing.
I mean, they both need to chill.
Tell your president he need to chill.
Yeah, they probably tell the same thing. I know that, but yeah, both sides need to chill to sit down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I wish marijuana was legal. Just sit down, smoke a blunt. None of this shit be happening. But anyway, besides that point. You know, I'm just a millennial speaking, you know. But
freedom of speech.
Yeah, freedom of speech. But anyway, we're about to be moving on to the next topic.
Which we're nearing the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But the you know, final news segment of the show is the Venezuela conflict and the troops that are defecting to neighboring nations such as Colombia. This is friggin' crazy. Play the clip.
Don't stand in their way.
Get the fuck out of the way. Move.
Because they don't give up.
I don't speak Spanish, but it appears that some of these guys are relinquishing their weapons and surrendering themselves over to Colombian authorities because they have defected from the Venezuelan military. If this is what their surrender looks like, I would hate to see them in a conflict.
I mean, I ain't got time for this.
Everybody got a cell phone.
I'm going to say it's 2019. I'd hope so.
Even people in Africa got a cell phone.
It's 2019.
I would hope so.
Okay, we got a flip phone. We just have something. I don't care about what you talking about, but I don't care about what he talking about. Anyway, but yeah, soldiers in Venezuela are abandoning their post to escape Maduro's brutal socialist regime, according to reports.
Images on social media show members of the Venezuelan National Guard defecting into neighboring Colombia, disobeying orders to ensure
aid is blocked from entering.
Their aid is blocked from entering their desperately troubled country.
Yep. They throwing rocks, bro.
Like
that man got a whole shotgun.
My question on this whole shit is:
why is that necessary?
why are you blocking aid from, like, you know, the people who need it? It's one thing to, you know, deal with your shit, so to speak, internally, but it's another thing to deal with your shit with help. Like, the first step to getting help is admitting you have a problem. You obviously have a fucking problem.
Yeah, you got people
like
trying to get over to the next country doing this.
Right, get some help, man. Like, for real, for real.
Like, bro, we trying to leave, bro.
Like, the people who don't want to be there, the people
main
who are
dude.
too sickly or too young to be there. Like, I don't get this. Society is full of dumbass, jackass people, but none so, like, I don't see these kind of people in large groups until there is something going on, like something wrong. You know, you don't see people like that come together until that point, usually.
You don't see people protesting in general until there's something bad going on.
Right, but I'm saying, like, no, I'm saying, like, people doing dumb shit such as blocking people receiving help. Like, you see people do dumb stuff, right? But you don't see people do dumb and misguided or malicious things until, like, you get what I mean? Like,
yeah, because that dude is a fucking dictator. I mean, bro, he's not going to be there that much longer.
You're right. Like, and it's right here in the North American, South American, you know, region. So you don't think about it being like that. You know, you think of stuff like this in Africa, Syria, you know, the Middle East in general, places like that. Mm-hmm. But to have it here, you know, it literally south of the border. I can't wrap my head around it because you don't think about those places. You think about them being, yeah, they're not as developed as us here in America, and you know, but they're still a developed country where, you know, you can take a taxi, you can take a train, you can take a plane, you can, you know, do all these things. Mm-hmm. And then for it to just erupt in violence like this, and you see images eerily similar to Middle East images, people protesting, shit on fire, you know, people with guns, militaries turning against each other. This shit, the world is a scary, fucked up place.
It's been that way for the past couple of decades now. I don't know, this shit is just. I'm about to continue reading a little bit more on this for him.
Okay.
It said President Nicolas Maduro is attempting to prevent vital U.S.-backed aid coming into Venezuela and has been testing the military's loyalty by making them enforce barricades along borders. But as civilians have been tearing down barriers to allow the urgently needed medical and food supplies in, troops are using the popular uprising to abandon their posts. In direct defiance of Maduro. Scenes at the Simon Bolivar International Bridge spanning the border between Venezuela and Colombia show soldiers arriving on the Colombian side. Colombian migration officers released video footage of the troops walking with their pistols and rifles above their heads and surrender after fleeing their homeland. The young soldiers were then ordered to lay face down on the ground as migration officials urged onlookers to keep a safe distance. The National Guard also fired tear gas today at workers demanding to cross the border at Urania. The border at Urania into Colombia to work. I don't know. Excuse my Spanish. You know what I'm saying? My Spanish is my pronunciation of Spanish words, or certain Spanish words, is not all there. But witnesses said that the dispersed men covered their faces with their shirts and threw rocks at the guard after setting fire to a bus, causing nearby power lines to spark. Reports say some humanitarian aid has since entered Venezuela across the Brazilian border. Interim President Juan Guaido, who is leading the opposition to despotic Maduro, has called for mass protests today to allow the aid to get through. I don't know.
That's sad when you have to call upon the people to, like, citizens to do what their government cannot and just simply will not.
But that shows who's being the real leader.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I was just about to hit that. You know,
using the military to try to impose his will, and you have another one using the people.
The people should always have the say, okay? But it should never, like how I see it, it should never have to come down to that. If you have a government structured, you know,
properly, the way
properly, yeah.
That's
you know,
why
I was gonna say, you know, a democratic government, but it doesn't necessarily have to be democratic.
I mean, I believe that each government system like should be like the U.S. government system, and it should have checks and balances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should have another you should have like another party or another entity to be like, you know, to be able to restrict somebody, you know, like if they become out of hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, even though we have those checks and balances in place, we hardly ever use them for the simple fact of we hardly ever have to. But then again, people would say, you know, the Trump situation. Okay, let's think about this here. Yeah, we could use some of those checks and balances to, let's say, throw him out of office. But would that really solve the problem, or would that create a power vacuum where the next person in line could be
more of a power vacuum? Because then Mike Pence comes in.
Exactly.
You don't know.
And that's what I was getting at. Like, you know,
he could
be better, or he could be worse.
Do a better job than Trump, or just like you said, a worse job.
And
then you know, he might come into office, and then everybody be like, "Well, shit, we should have kept Trump." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The grass ain't always greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But I know we ramble a little bit off that. But the main takeaway point is, what's his name? Guaido. Guaido is getting the people rallied behind him in the right way.
Yep, and the U.S. also views him as the current president.
Exactly, legitimately.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the interim president anyway, and the U.S. actually views him as the interim president. But then you got other countries such as Russia, China that don't. Well, they don't view him as that. They still view Maduro as the president. I don't know why.
Mr. President.
I hope their opinion changes soon, because that guy ain't doing jack shit, but basically just throwing the whole country into chaos. But, you know,
the thing is,
I'm gonna just sip my tea. Well, I ain't sipping tea right now. I got some tea in the refrigerator, but it's soda, but shit still.
The main thing is, when you have someone in power, they're always gonna have somebody behind them. Usually, look at Hitler. You know, he had somebody behind him. Look at Saddam Hussein. He had people behind him. Anytime you have somebody who is crazy enough to do whatever the fuck they want to do, they're gonna have people behind them.
He even had Russia behind him, even though he stabbed them motherfuckers in the back so damn fast.
But they knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't see that coming, you were just either blind or stupid or both.
But the world today is just so bad.
It is. It really is.
Going on to the next tab. Yes. I forgot about this video right here. Alright, let's see. At least 2 people killed as Venezuelan troops. Troops blockade.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this too.
It's so fucking bad. I don't know why.
A showdown in Venezuela between protesters and troops became a deadly flashpoint Saturday. Security forces loyal to Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro unleashed tear gas and rubber bullets on protesters, killing at least 2 of them. The protests were trying to break through the soldiers' blockade of U.S. foreign aid. Some of the trucks carrying food and medicine for Venezuela were set on fire. Dozens of people were injured by rubber rounds fired by soldiers. Earlier in the day, interim President Juan Guaido had given a personal send-off to the aid caravan leaving the Colombian city of Cucuta.
February 23rd will be 1 month since I assumed the presidency, and the Venezuelan people will be out on the street demanding the arrival of humanitarian aid.
Maduro is blocking aid entering the country and denies there's a crisis. He closed down the border with Colombia and Brazil and sent troops to guard all crossings, angering residents and sparking clashes. But in a sign of dissent on Saturday, some soldiers refused to follow Maduro's orders and defected.
I recognize our president, Juan Guaido, and I'm in this struggle with the people of Venezuela in every protest with the hearts of our people.
Maduro is also angry with Colombia's support for Guaido. He says he's cutting ties with his neighbor and gave Colombia's ambassador and consular staff 24 hours to leave Venezuela. Leaders of Venezuela's ruling Socialist Party called Guaido's aid effort a veiled invasion backed by Washington, and insist that the U.S. should instead help Venezuela by lifting crippling financial and oil sector sanctions. After Saturday's violence, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence's aides say he plans to meet with Guaido for the first time on Monday in Colombia. Officials said Friday if the aid convoy was turned away, Pence was ready to ratchet up tough U.S. sanctions even further to try and cut off Maduro's funding.
Oh, God. How do you say there's not a crisis in your country by looking at the faces of the people of your country and seeing their suffering is real and saying that, nah, we don't have a problem? The fuck is wrong with you? I swear, sometimes I wish I were Superman just so I could, like, bully a dictator and shit. Just
fly over there really fast.
I'll
be like, bro, you better get your shit together. Throw him across the room a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Soldiers come in, what are they gonna do? They gonna shoot me?
Pew, 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 pew.
But that man is truly in denial. Like Maduro.
No. That man is evil incarnate.
Bitch. But you old bitch. Not a piece of a bitch. Not a fraction. Not a quarter. Not a half. Not 3/4. Not 7/8. Not 9/10. But a whole bitch.
Whole bitch.
You ever seen like a whole pizza without a slice taken out of it? Now imagine that being Maduro, except he a bitch. Yeah, and that's it. That man is a whole bitch. But
yeah, we've had this going for a good little minute.
So. And it's on a lighter note, you know what I'm saying?
Lighter note.
I got a little treat, bro, I haven't even really watched it.
Yeah, we've only watched 10 seconds of this.
10 seconds of it. It's just something stupid.
And it made us laugh.
Yeah, this is the first part of it that made us laugh. It's Shrek versus Shaggy, battle for the last N-word pass. So I guess whoever wins this battle, they can say the N-word without any without any repercussions. Certain people get an N-word pass. There have been certain people I went to school with.
Eminem.
He gets an N-word pass, but he doesn't say it. Some guys I went to school with, you know what I'm saying? They were white. But they were cool, so they got the N-word pass. They just didn't add the hard R to the end of the word. It's when you add the hard R. That's when people get mad.
Yeah.
I don't really care if you say Nigga. I don't give a damn.
Although, you remember that time now Master Sarge was in ROTC and he was like, why y'all say nigga? It's a sign of endearment, sir.
It's basically a term of endearment amongst black people. And not just amongst black people, but also other people that we are cool with, people that we are associated with.
But I understand where he was coming from because he's from a different age group.
Yeah.
My mom's age group.
Times change.
And they remember being called Nigger, going to school and coming home from school and all that stuff.
But I don't know. I feel like nowadays, it's like when you say Nigga, it's like I feel like the N-word is losing the same effect that it had back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The word's not as powerful as what it used to be. I mean, now, of course, there's still instances where people still put the hard R on the end of the word. And it pisses some people off, rightfully so, because it pissed me off too. Somebody was like...
Agreed.
Because I'm like, I didn't say shit to you. So why are you mad at me for? Why do you feel the need to come out of your element and call me out of my name Well, I haven't done anything to you. But it's just ignorance, because when you the NIGGER basically means an ignorant person, but when somebody comes out and say it, they're the ones generally being ignorant.
This is true. And I'm gonna say one quick thing.
When you add the hard R,
if you call me the N-word with the hard R, I'm gonna have to F-word you up pretty hard. So remember that. Anytime you say that to a black person.
Yeah, just think about the repercussions. Cause if a white dude was just, he came up, he was like, what up, bro? What up? Come on, fight me, bro. What up? NIGGA. I'm like, I'm gonna still whoop your ass, but I'm gonna let that slide a little bit. But now he was like, what up, what up, shit, he's adding the hard R to that shit. I'm like, bro, I'm slowly blacking out as you're talking.
I'm gonna have to hit that.
When I come back to, you gonna probably have to go to the hospital because I'm about to fuck this shit up.
Exactly. I'm gonna have to hit you so hard your mother and your sister feel it. You know why? Because she's one and the same person.
Because we gotta watch. Sometimes you gotta watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
people will get that joke. Ha ha ha.
But let's continue, shall we? This shit still so weird to me, bro.
Bruh.
Give me your N-word pass, and no one gets hurt.
Anime in Spanish.
Decision.
Uh-oh.
The subtitles, bro. It's like, whoosh, you don't hear nothing. What is this, bro?
Bruh. Dang. Oh.
What is this? What the freak is going on? Shaggy must expand.
Okay, Shaggy pulling off some damn Luffy shit. 1% of my power.
1% of my power.
When the fuck Shrek got a Chaos Emerald?
Ah, hell nah. Okay, just a second. What is this?
The fuck are we watching?
What am I watching? School? I think that school's good, bro. You fool, I've only absorbed your power.
Uh-oh.
Slap titties. Not so good. I guess
Shaggy got the win.
I'm assuming.
Read the comments off this, bruh. I know somebody said the same
That
thing.
was weird. Okay.
The fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, for real. An unstoppable force meets an immovable object. You feel the ground tremble below you. This very feels like some Undertale type shit. See, this probably took way too much time and effort. This is actually better than Infinity War.
Damn!
Shaggy only used a projection of himself during this battle.
Wait.
He would have obliterated shit.
251 people actually agreed with that comment. This was actually better than Infinity War.
14K agreed with this right here. That Shaggy only used a projection of himself during this battle. He would have obliterated Shrek if he appeared in his true form. You know that Shaggy has been a meme lately, right?
Yeah, you know what that is referencing, right? That's a jab at Star Wars Episode 8.
Oh yeah, that's what
projection.
That's what Obi-Wan did.
Nigga.
Oh, what was Obi-Wan? It was Luke.
I was about to smack the shit out you just now. Nigga said Obi-Wan.
Nah, I meant Luke. Cause I thought that shit. I was like, no, it's Luke. Yeah, Luke Skywalker. Yeah, cause Obi-Wan been dead. Fucking damn Vader killed his ass.
Yep.
Vader killed his ass on what episode was that? Was that
Episode 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
A New Hope.
Yeah, that man got turned into nothing.
That man got turned into a Force ghost.
That man got hit by Vader. Only thing you saw was his fucking cloak that he was wearing. This. I was like, is he dead? But he was really dead.
I thought when I was a kid and I saw it the first time, I thought like he disappeared and
That's
shit.
what I thought too.
Like I swear,
oh, he really killed him. I was like, oh,
that was the best euphemism for death I have ever seen in a movie.
I was like, okay. Then people said that, yeah, that's when he killed. That's when Obi-Wan died. I said, oh, what? This man literally turned into just. Well, just his clothes were left. I'm like, what the fuck?
Pull that shit up real quick.
What the fuck?
This is gonna be the end of the video, but we gotta. For people who don't know this, if you don't know this scene, you are young as fuck.
Here it is. Go ahead and bring the lightsaber. It is time. The old effects.
We meet again at last. The circle is now complete.
But for its time, this shit was good. Shit, it's still good.
It's pretty okay. You about to get smacked one time, you about to fuck your shit up.
I taught you everything you know.
Your powers are weak, old man.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I'ma come back as a ghost and haunt you, nigga.
You should not have come back.
Back you up to the wall. Oh.
Look. Come on, R2, we're going.
Now, wasn't like somebody actually in the suit?
Both suits, yes.
Ben?
Oh, I know that had to be so uncomfortable. That's how he died.
And that's the way the old man crumbled.
And still to this day, the stormtroopers have the worst fucking aim.
How do you not hit the broadside of a fucking barn?
Stormtroopers are the most useless troops ever, bro.
I hope that old man got that tractor beam out of commission, or this is gonna be a real short trip. Okay, hit it!
Young Mark Hamill and young Harrison
Watch it one more time.
Even Vader was shocked at that. Like,
so when people die, this what happens? They did.
let it play. You saw how Vader put his foot on the cloak and everything. Like, what the fuck you do? Like, Vader had to go back and be like, hey, this nigga dead.
See, he was like, bro, what happened? Like, he was like, this how people die?
Usually when I do that, people's heads just fall off.
So, I guess, so whenever I get older, and, you know, like, I'm like a real elderly old man and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, my time is here. I'm just gonna like, just disappear. My clothes are gonna be left. Like, I'm just gonna, you just see like a pile of clothes on the floor. That's gonna be it. Time I die.
Maybe.
All right. All right. Be in the hospital. I'll be like, I don't think I have too much time left. They be like, no, don't say that. Have a little conversation, you know. Whoever's in the room with me, they leave, and then they come back and they see nothing but bed sheets. They see nothing but bed sheets. I'm not even there anymore.
Like, where'd he go?
They just see like the only thing they see is just like my little hospital gown and stuff. And that's it. That's all that's left. Like they're like, what happened? Your grandfather, he passed away.
Where's his body?
We don't know. It's just when people been dying lately. This is what has been happening. That's how it is.
Just disappear. And on that note, I think we are going to just disappear.
Yeah,
this is one hell of a long podcast, but you know, we had to vent, get some shit out there.
Yeah, had to do something, you know.
Hopefully in the next coming week or so, we can have another one up.
Yeah.
You know, just share your comments, people. Nothing too offensive, because, you know, YouTube is like, we're gonna take down your shit if it's super offensive stuff in the comments.
Yes. Adpocalypse number 2, even though our videos are not yet monetized. But anyway, Adpocalypse.
They may be in the future.
Going on. YouTube is cracking down now, even harder than ever.
If you want to sponsor us and you think we're advertiser friendly, let us know.
My mom thinks I'm advertiser friendly. Philly. Yeah. But
this has been another KO Kid production.
Yes, and screw the music. Anyway, like how I always say, we'll see you guys in the next video podcast.
Later.
Bye, y'all. Goodbye. I'm fading away in the darkness.
Ah.